Welcome back to the show. Check it out. It's always darkest just before the dawn, and I'm starting to see the light, and I think you will too. Somebody roll that beautiful intro.
Digital Perspectives with Brad Kimes. Come on in.
Welcome back to the show. You can follow us on Twitter, YouTube, and digperspectives.com for exclusive content. Right now, $2.24 trillion market cap for cryptocurrency. But look at this. The market is off by 6.1%. Now, we know there's some geopolitical events happening around the world that may have played a role in this downturn in the market, but we'll take a look at the rest of the news today. So, Bitcoin, 60,800 plus, 2,400 plus for Ethereum. USD Tether is 119 billion plus market cap. XRP is number 7 spot. USDC, 35 billion at number 6 spot. We're 58 cents for XRP. And take a look, the last 24 hours, if we're talking about Bitcoin, off by 4.4, Ethereum off by 6.8, XRP off by 6.9% on the 24 hours. So you can see all of it has been really related to the geopolitical news and affecting the entire market. Range of price between 58 and 63 cents. We'll keep an eye on as we move forward. What I do want to tell you about very quickly is, and by the way, tonight is the private call inside the DPMG group. And I'm not kidding. We know your life is busy. You can't keep up with everything. The markets are collapsing around us. Hello, look at what happened today in the last 24 hours. But inside the DPMG, you get the tools you need, whether it's an investor checklist, portfolio creation, groups and courses to gap fill your knowledge, and the support from an amazing mastermind community. The resources and knowledge inside of this community make me proud to be a part of it. And I started a damn group. I'm not even kidding. This is not an upsell. This is a very, very affordable opportunity. You should make the investment in yourself for right around $2 a day. Okay, you're going to get access and you're going to learn things that we don't talk about on the channel. Like, for one, how to use XRP Ledger automated market makers. For two, case study on how to use trust to protect your family and your assets. That's right. You know, the way the Rockefellers did and do. So, you know, these are the things where we're trying to grow our mindset along with our portfolio, because the worst time to think about what to do with your money and your gains is when they happen. You need a plan in place, and this is the place to get it together. Join us at digperspectives.com and click the DPMG and come on in. The window is closing. I will close this. I don't like this group to get but so big, so I close it. But you do get the Freedom Zone for free, and if you don't come into the DPMG, you can support us with the Freedom Zone for next to nothing. Let's get started. Well, we don't need to play this clip. We know Michael Saylor is like the biggest bull on Bitcoin in the world. And his solution for everybody's problem, and I think every problem he's ever talked about, is to just buy more Bitcoin, right? However, this is Larry Fink, the CEO of BlackRock. And now he sounds a lot like Michael Saylor. And we have talked on this channel countless times about how Bitcoin would be the shiny distraction to keep retail investors off of gold, while central banks are hoarding gold at an alarming rate. Listen to what he says.
And also, I do believe the role of crypto, it's digitizing gold in many ways. Instead of investing in gold as a hedge against inflation or the devaluation of your currency, whatever country you're in, Bitcoin is an international asset. It's not based on any one currency. And so it can represent an asset that people can play as an alternative.
There you have it. And that is the official push from BlackRock's CEO telling you, hey, you don't need to get gold. You could just buy Bitcoin. But the banks aren't buying Bitcoin. The banks are doing ETFs and letting their clients buy Bitcoin. There's a difference, right? They just have to custody it. Just in, Bitcoin ETFs, cumulative inflows are now over $45 billion. The fastest growing ETFs in history, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, stay with me. Matt Hogan, CEO of Bitwise, told us months ago that Q3, Q4 of this year would be a breakout for seeing even more ETF filings. Well, listen to this quick clip right here from Smoke Dog.
There's some big money coming.
That's right. Yes. Yeah. I think people need to keep their eyes on Q3 and Q4 as it regards these ETFs, right? We saw the Bitcoin ETF explode out of the gate in January. We saw flows slow down a little bit in Q2, although they're still coming in. We saw the Ethereum ETF launch. But I think the big story in the second half of the year is we're going to see flows re-accelerate. And the reason for that is I expect the major wirehouses, Morgan Stanley, Wells Fargo, UBS, Merrill Lynch, to all come online in late Q3 or early Q4. And that's going to unlock trillions of dollars of assets that are going to come running into this space. I think it's going to be a big deal.
I say so, but here's where it starts, right? You got to have smoke, a spark, and then you get to fire. Well, Matt Hogan and Bitwise have decided to be that spark. Crypto index fund manager Bitwise files for spot XRP exchange traded fund, baby. Yeah, And don't believe it, it's still true, says Eleanor Tarrant here. She confirmed the filing is, in fact, authentic because you don't see it on the SEC Edgar list filings, right, as of yet, right? But, however, it is confirmed. That happened. This is exciting. Anders says here, a lot to unpack in this tweet. As we know, Bitwise recently filed XRP ETF, which is confirmed legit. Thing is, a representative from Bitwise will be at Swell discussing ETFs. Oh, Swell was just in a couple weeks, right? And it gets more interesting. Bloomberg is also the official media partner for this Ripple Swell event in Miami. The guy from Bloomberg is Eric Balchunas, and he's an ETF analyst. When Ripple Swell was announced, Brad Garlinghouse mentioned Bloomberg as a media partner in his tweet. Now Eric Balchunas confirmed that Bitwise ETF was just filed as legit. Sounds like we know why they have him on the list to speak at Swell. You can't make it up. Now let's talk about this tweet because we have something to consider here. Now, Van Dalen, Verson, Black Swan Capitalist, these guys are super smart. I want to offer a perspective to theirs. He says, my perspective on an XRP ETF is clear. It undermines the original purpose of XRP as a bridge currency for global transactions. Instead of highlighting its utility in real-world applications, an ETF would only promote additional speculation and invite more market manipulation by larger institutions, much like we've witnessed in traditional markets. All this excitement and viewpoint circulating in the crypto space, which I don't affiliate myself with, is both disturbing and misguided. An ETF would dilute XRP's value in the short term and distract people from its true potential to replace the dollar's reserve status and effectively address cross-border payments, acting as a genuine store of value within a liquidity settlement framework. He says, in my professional opinion, the XRP community should be focusing on utilizing XRP for genuine financial solutions that can drive real impact and real change on our failing monetary system. Treating it as a speculative asset for short-term gains is short-sighted and misguided, especially while people continue to get wiped out by inflation. As I pointed out before, very few truly understand its purpose. It's become clear that many in this space are cashing in on easy money to produce cheap articles, all without comprehending how XRP is actually being integrated into the new monetary system. Every bit of this is spot on, but I do want to add an angle to this. And maybe we'll get the brothers on and like talk about this impact too, because this is what I'm going to bring in. I think everything he said is absolutely correct. We can't lose sight of the fact that utility is what really is going to be the price driver. However, I put this diagram together so everyone could see this and get a visual, of what I'm seeing. Ripple Van Winkle, all it takes is one and the rest will come in fast. Absolutely right. And that's what I'm seeing here. So take in fact, what was said there by Black Swan Capitalist. Totally agree. However, let's look at the impact of the squeeze play. Because with the recent news of the Bitwise filing for an XRP ETF, there will be more ETFs and we will get legislative clarity so FIs can use XRP for payments and settlements. you can see how the squeeze play is being set up to create upward pressure on XRP price. This only gets bigger. Take a look. We split the market into two sides. And what is the two sides? The ETFs that we just had the filings begin for, the automated market makers and liquidity pools, which are already underway. This creates total value locked up side, where that means with every AMM, there has to be XRP locked up to provide access for that ATM to operate properly. ETFs will have to have custody, and it will require locking up the XRP. However, where's the utility? It's on this side, the payment side. So we know Uphold and Ripple are partnered. And by the way, I just interviewed Simon McLaughlin, the CEO of Uphold. You're going to lose your mind at what we're talking about. I'm going to release that some clips of that probably later today on X, and you'll see the full interview Friday morning. Now, look at the payment side. We have really yet to see that take off. And we know the majority of payments that are happening using XRP are happening outside of the U.S. and majority in Singapore, it appears. Now, if we see that legislative clarity that I'm talking about, that allows financial institutions to use XRP for payments and settlements, at the same time that we're watching more and more ETFs roll out, forcing XRP to be locked up in custody, watching AMM pools get even bigger on the XRP ledger and more being locked up to be able to service those pools. Then you have the demand for payments from market makers every single day. The market makers are going to need to hold as much XRP as they possibly can because they make markets every day for the market participants and their demand to make payments. So the market makers, like an Uphold or soon-to-be banks and financial institutions, will need this every day to make payments. It won't go away 24/7, 365. And when they are allowed to play in here, they're going to quickly realize that with this being locked up, if more gets locked up, they don't have access to it. So in order to get as much as they need every day, that will force upward pressure, and that will create price effect over time, I believe. And that is the XRP squeeze play. I am super, super excited about this coming. However, I do agree with Black Swan capitalists that we're one-sided right now, and we're missing that other half of the equation to create the squeeze play. But we also know that we could be getting legislation before the end of this year. But let's quickly move through this. We also know at Ripple Swell in Miami in the next couple weeks, Western Union Chief Compliance Officer is going to be speaking there. Oh, wow. Has there been a change in the way Western Union sees Ripple and XRP's technology? Why would they be speaking there, ladies and gentlemen? Remember, they were partnered with MoneyGram. They unwound that relationship because of the court case. And then they turned around and watched MoneyGram go partner with Stellar, which is still ongoing today. Remember, Stellar is an exact copy of the XRP ledger. Come on in. Ripple forges a new partnership with Uphold to enhance underlying crypto liquidity infrastructure. Here's from last year when I spoke to Simon about that Ripple Uphold partnership, and he told me it's $5 billion a year to start. That's what we're looking at. That's just Ripple and Uphold projected for the first year. Open interest in XRP has surged past $1 billion amid growing enthusiasm for Ripple's upcoming Real USD stablecoin. Now, the launch of the Real USD stablecoin has the idea of we're going to see massive institutions come into this space because you have it all. You have the on and off ramp into the space with RLUSD. You have the privilege of XRP being able to serve for the best efficiency of any pairing for settlement and transaction needed or necessary. This is a real, I don't even know what to say. I mean, this is an amazing moment that we're at. RLUSD will be launched on a $300+ billion market cap network known as the Ethereum blockchain, as well as the XRP ledger. That, I believe, is going to kick up an enormous amount of excitement when it comes to what it can do for other networks as well as the XRP ledger. So monitoring this Ripple stablecoin, by the way, I mean, this is another hint too, right? That payment side is about to open up in the largest way possible, right? You're going to see this other side, so this XRP squeeze play can happen. RLUSD is going to help unlock that and bring these institutions to the network, I believe, because millions of RLUSD in the last 24 hours has been minted. Now, all this is in beta, but it's still exciting, right? Let's take a look at this very quickly here. Genuine wake-up line. We could come back down. I know you're tired of hearing retest, but listen up. The range of 54 to 53 cents is still in play. And I would bet you that we could see, because look, we're 5 days away from finding out if the SEC is going to appeal, and I suspect that they will. And if they do, that could probably help us get all the way down to that 54, 53 cent mark, maybe even below it, right? So head on a swivel, ladies and gentlemen, because we also have a brand new XRP price target revealed. Yep. Since the inception of XRP, the chart clearly indicates that we can expect pumps to reach Fibonacci channel levels of 0.5, 0.618, and 0.702, as the highlighted in the green circles. The blue circle represents an outlier, so let's isolate it from our projections. And basically, using these green circles right here shows you the 0.618 and the other 0.5 right in the 702. So taking away this outlier, which it could happen, but he's just grabbing the more conservative targets that have always tapped on these Fibonacci lines. And that could take us to 13, 27, and yes, $44. That's where we're at. And all of these are the conservative targets that have absolutely been hit before by XRP, minusing this right here, which could happen again. I tell you what, I like my odds. I like where it is. I'll take 13. I'll take 44. I'll take hundreds. And I know I'm here for 5 digits or more. So that's where I'm at. And I love that we get to be on this journey together, and it's getting so exciting. We could see legislation before the end of this year that kicks this market wide open, or maybe by first quarter next year at the latest. This is happening, ladies and gentlemen, and I couldn't be more excited for it. Now we're going into the Freedom Zone, not financial advice from me or anyone else. You're going to want to join us today. Oh boy. You know, this is a critical moment in the history of the world, and certainly for the United States and the way it looks moving forward for the next 100 years. I hope you will join us. Go to digperspectives.com, click the Freedom Zone, and come on in. All right.